Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna show you how to use Scratch, the basics and what Scratch is. So let's start with what Scratch is. Scratch is a platform where you can code, share it with other people, and it's easy. It's literally just drag and dropping blocks, using them, and running the project. It's made for kids and can be used everywhere. But let's start with the basics. And one of the important things, when one flag clicked. That's where all starts. Clicking it will start everything on down here if you place something there. But let's start with motions. We got a move 10 steps. When one flag clicked, your character now moves 10 steps. The turn clockwise. You can enter any value and now he spins around. The turn counterclockwise. It's the same principle but reversed. The go-to block. Here you can choose where to go. Either it gets to a random position or goes to mouse pointer. The go-to XY block. This is where you can set the position easily. Like you can put him to 0, 0. Let's see what this block can. This is the glide seconds to position. You can either use it glide 1 second to mouse pointer, glide 1 second to random position, or if you do a new sprite, it can even go to the new sprite. The glide seconds to XY. It's the same principle as the go-to. You enter value and it will go to it. The point and direction. This block here will set the direction. So if you have it like minus 90 degree, it will point in the direction minus 90 degree. Or 100. It will look in the direction 100. The point towards block. This will now, point towards the block. You can either use it to point towards a sprite or to the mouse pointer. The change X by block. It's basically the move steps block, but a bit simpler. Well, the change X block changes the X value by 10. You can even change this by 20. But let's put him back to 0, 0. The set X2 block. It's basically the go-to block but broken up into 2 pieces. The change Y block. It's like the change X block but in the up and down direction. As you can see here. The set Y block is the same principle as the set X2 block. if on edge bounce. This is a pretty neat block. If you put it in a forever loop with move steps, it will bounce. That's pretty it. The set rotation style. When using this, you can set the rotation style of the object. Well, of the sprite. You can either use it left, right, so it will be forced to look in the left-right direction. The don't rotate. Force it to don't rotate. And the all around. Makes it look in all direction. The X position and the Y position and the direction block, well, those here, just say the value, like it's currently pointing in the direction -90. Let's come to looks. The say hello block. You can put any number in it. Or anything else. A text. And we will display it for 2 seconds. You can also use 1 second. Or something different. The say hello block. Without any seconds input. This will forever display something. Well, the text. Hello. This can be stopped by either clicking the green flag or by stopping the project. The think for 2 seconds. The think block is the same thing as the say block, but with some bubbles. The same is as the think. The switch custom to block. When pressed, it will switch custom to the selected one. So if it's custom 1, it changes to custom 1. If it's 2, it changes to 2. The next custom block. This is basically the switch custom block, but it's faster. Because instead of switching to its selected, it switches to the next one. Unfortunately, you can't use the previous custom. The switch backdrop. This will switch the backdrop to any backdrop you chose. It can be the circle or the square. Now it's the circle. Now it's the square. The next backdrop block is the same thing. The change size block. This is also very cool because it changes the size of a sprite. Pretty cool, right? You can even use negative numbers. The set size to block. This block sets the size to its original or anything you like. 100 is the original sprite. But if you put in like 150, it's now 50% bigger. And 25, it's now only 25% extra size. But let's put it back to 100. The change effect. The change effect changes the effect. The graphics. Like if I have changed color effect by 25, it changes the color effect by 25. You can even use the fish eye, the whirl, pixelate, mosaic. Oh, that's my favorite one. Brightness and ghost. The set effect is the same thing as the change, but it sets it. The clear graphic effects. This is a very important one. So you don't need to use multiple blocks of these. The clear graphic effects. It will clear any graphic effects. Size, chain, any effect. Like we can put it on 1 and yeah. Well, except size. The show and hide block. The show and hide block are pretty simple. The hide block hides the sprite, and the show block shows the sprite. Very easy. The go-to layer. When using this block, you can change the layering of the sprite. Either it's going to the very front or it's going to the very back. Now I can show you to you. Here's a big square. Now, if it's going to the back, it's in the back. But if it's going to the front, it's in the front. The go forward layer. This basically is like the go to layer, but a bit advanced. Because you can now change in which direction the layer goes. So you don't need to use negative numbers. Like I can use 3. I can go backward. Front, backward. And now we got these round blocks. Very funny. We say custom number, a backdrop, and size. You can also show the backdrop name and the custom name. Let's come to play sound until done. This sprite is very cool because regardless of any other blocks, it will always play the sound finished before anything else does. I can show you something. The start sound block. The start sound block is the same thing as the play sound until done, except it will run one time, and at the same time the auto scripts run. By the way, you can also record something. This is the wrong one. Let's go to the sensing tab. Touching mouse pointer. As I already demonstrated, if touching the mouse pointer, it does something. The touching color. This is pretty cool, because if it's touching a color, a certain, like, let's do something like this. Let's put him here. and put the repeat until and the move block. Now he will repeat until he is touching, purple. The color is touching color. This is the same principle, but instead of sprites, it's using a different color. Like if, black is touching this color, or I don't know, orange is touching the color, and we put it in a repeat loop. Well, let's put him here. He'll repeat until this color is touching the other one. Also pretty simple. The distance to mouse pointer. This is also one of my favorite ones. It's simple, it's easy, and can be understandable. The ask block. Well, the ask and wait. When clicking this, it will ask you something. You can enter anything. Pretty simple. The answer block will show the answer of it. Like, is it buy? The answer is buy. The key pressed. This is one of the very important things. Like if you're doing some kind of platformer. Now, if you do something like with key press, you should use the sensing key press and not the event key press, because it's a bit stuttering. Now if I press space, it's true. The mouse down. I will now check if the mouse is down. I can hardly demonstrate it because for some reason it just don't recognize it. But if you have the mouse down, it will do something. Mouse X and mouse Y. It tracks your mouse positions. Set drag mode to draggable. Well, you can already drag him here, but we don't want to drag him here. We want to be able to drag him here. And that's exactly what the blocks does. And if you put it to not draggable, we can no longer drag him. Oh, how sad. Loudness.